Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 162 for steaming into the middle of February, somewhere around there. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Neil.
Hello.
And on my right by Dave.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's good to
On
be...
my screen, it was the other way around, but you said left and right. But
Well, I actually said left, and you pointed with my right hand, so I was back to front here before we even started. The unimportance of it all. Well, I mean,
Yes.
It is important because I know we've had this before. I lose track of who I've said first, who's last. It was okay when Pilch was here because Pilch could be last every time by order of arriving on the show. But you two are it's a
We're
problem that
originals.
keeps me
OGs.
awake at night.
Yeah, I bet.
So how are we doing? We all right?
Fucking knackered, mate.
Glad it's Friday.
Yeah, I think it's a collective sigh of relief with this podcast today. This is the glad it's Friday after work podcast.
Yeah.
Just glad it's Friday, not after work. I haven't
Yeah.
had work since Wednesday morning. But
Wow. How are your hands? Are they nice and soft now?
I need another coating of cream. I'll let that feel of it. But...
Welcome to the show. It's good to be back. Cathartic as it is, it's great. You know the drill. I guess we're just going to start by moving on to Neil's part with the footy, right?
Footy. Suppose we could do, couldn't we?
When are we going to lynch Dave? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean? We're being shit at footy.
It's shocking.
Letting
Looking
the
at his
side
team
down.
the other day.
I don't know. Didn't I do all right this week?
Let's have a look, shall we?
After the Friday, I think it was the first part of the first round of games or whatever it was, you had more points on your bench than you did on the outfield.
Is it one of those where all of his players from the bench came in because he's got such a bad team that half of them don't even play anymore?
I don't know, Dave. You need to pull this. You keep saying you're going to pull the finger.
What the hell?
I was going to text you. I was going to text Dave this week and say, "Give me your login."
He's back to having the strongest team again.
Yeah.
AKA rock bottom.
Look. You can't be bottom. All right.
We can. Well, one of us can.
Obviously he can.
My daughter hasn't looked at her team in about 3 months, and she's still above you.
Brilliant.
Plenty of time to turn it around. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right there.
Yes, indeed.
How many weeks is there in a?
38.
38 is in a season.
What were you in?
25. 24. 23.
23?
Something like that. 23 or 22.
I just need to average about 100 and 150 points a game.
That's easy. Easy. If you just wildcard every week, it'll be fine. Oh, no, you can't do that, can you?
I didn't get the least amount of points. So
okay. That's a positive.
Oh, yeah. Chipper Spice had a bit of a shocker on 31 last week.
Chipper Spice. I overtook Chipper Spice this week.
You did.
She, who showed so much promise at the beginning, is falling like a stone. You need to sort that out. I'm sure she's going to listen. So
yeah. Look, John Wilson, 24 points. Wow, oof. That is pretty awful. Sorry, John.
All right, give us the State of the Union.
Okay, the State of the Union is Paul Davies is still top. 1,392 points.
How much did he score this week?
86.
Yeah, see, you can't posting those strong weeks, week in, week out.
That's his best for a while. I haven't caught him up this week. In fact, I might have lost 2 points because I think I -4 last week. So I did score 88 points for the week, which is pretty good. Joint top on the week in our league with Luis Estevez, one of your GAR people, I think that is.
Yeah, see, I've got design.
Him, are
you? Never say never. Never say never, but yeah, he's. I don't think he's really a footy guy, but he's tuned into this, right?
He's been watching some YouTubers, maybe.
He's smart. He knows what. Yeah, he knows his onions somehow.
Watching FPL Fam or whatever.
Maybe I'm underselling him. Maybe he is a big footy guy.
You
I'm not
never
sure,
know.
but
Is that the guy who was wearing a Man United top to a Forest game? I don't know.
oh, I don't know. That's horrific. Tried to block that memory.
So Lord is still second. I missed him out, but he did all right last week again on 80 points. There was quite a lot of similar scores because a lot of teams are starting to look a bit similar. It's a bit samey. Which is all right if you're the guy at the top because you'll just be maintaining the status quo. If everyone else has got the same team as you, they ain't catching you up. It's that time of the season. Start mixing it up, getting the differentials in to get you some points up.
Well, I mean, it's wise words because I feel like I'm sort of settling on my team as the sort of the standard, the standard team that everyone's sort of rocking. Really, those who.
I don't think it is, though. Because I looked at it, I was like,
Well, yeah, maybe a couple of oddball. Okay, never mind. Forget it then.
You've got to pick the right odd ones, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like the people who've had Mitoma recently, who's the Japanese guy, had a great World Cup, come back from the World Cup, and he's carried on playing amazing for Brighton, and he's just been scoring points for fun. Looked like he weren't going to get any points last week, and then popped up in the 90-odd minutes and scored the winner. So he's like super cheap and been doing really great stuff. But if every week I'm like, probably left it a bit too late to get on him now. Then he goes and scores again. So, like missed the Almiron boat. He's been shit since the World Cup. Everyone got him in during the World Cup because he'd had such a blinder. If you didn't have him already, and he's done shit since then. Because you've got Almiron, I noticed, and he's one of your ones that are doing shit now.
Almiron's not doing that bad, is he?
He's not doing good. He's not bringing any points in. It's been 2s and 3s since the World Cup, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
His purple patch was pre-World Cup, so he might pop up with a few points here and there, I guess. But he's not banging the points in like he was before. Big double game week coming up this week. Double game week in the FPL, and could be a big week for the Premier League title race. Because if Arsenal beat Man City on Wednesday, I think it is, that's going to be a big step towards taking that Premier League title, I think. But if Man City beat Arsenal, it's going to be a bit of a... because they've still got to play them again, I think. That could make things a little bit tighter.
Right.
The Arsenal could get the jitters. You never know. They lost to Everton, of all teams, last week. Lost 1-0 to Everton.
Finally, my Everton guy who sits on my subs bench every week in, week out, finally scored some points.
Where is he on your bench still?
Yeah, he's still on my bench. I'm not bringing him out.
Well,
no chance.
They've got the master. The master's back in charge there.
Who's that?
Sean Dyche. Mr. Brexit. I don't know why all the kids call him Brexit Ball. Although it was called Brexit Ball, wasn't it, or something he was playing. I don't know why. It was a bit... Well, maybe it was because it was a bit of a throwback to old school football. Like, it was no like Man City super hype. Well, there was a bit of pressing going on, but it's not like Brazil. Not like watching Brazil, shall we say? It's more like watching old Wimbledon, maybe. But it's not as bad as that because they have got decent players, and they're just not. They were not playing very well under Lampard. And now they've got the Dyche in, and he's made them a bit more organised, it seems, within a very short space of time. Could be a lot of clean sheets coming up for Everton, you never know. That's where they like to build from solid base at the back. And just like nicked the one from a corner last against Arsenal. But yeah, they may have proved a template for playing against Arsenal. You never know. Right. I think Arsenal were played a bit of a bad game, to be fair. But Everton were very good. So yeah, and there's been a few fixture movements as well coming up. Week 27, week 25 coming up. There's a load of people not playing because it's the League Cup final weekend, which means Man United, Brighton, Newcastle, and Brentford won't be playing. And then in week 27, Brighton and Brentford have both got doubles, and obviously that's with Palace and somebody else. I can't remember right now. So 4 teams will have a double in 27. There's another double, another few games potentially missing 28 because it'll be the next round of the cup, or the next round of the cup, or I don't know, something like that. So keep an eye on the old fixtures. Think about playing any chips you've got at the right time.
Dave.
I've just done my wild card and and made, hang on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 changes.
Wow,
Nice.
that's
Let's
going for
go.
it, mate. That's going ballsy.
That's
I'm thinking I might take another -4 this week because I've got. I thought I sorted my bench so that they were getting some points, and then last week my massive bargain for Wolves, who played a couple of games, he didn't play last week. I'm like, oh fuck's sake, because I want to play that bench boost at some point, and I feel like a double game week and maybe a -4, -8. If you bench boost that week, then you can sort of eradicate the minus points potentially, hopefully, and get a bit more than that back. But yeah, it's a bit of a risk at the moment. So I'm on I've made 1 transfer so far this week. I had brought Fernandes in for his double game week, and I binned him off again straight away to get Bukayo Saka in because he's got a double this week. So I've got 3 Arsenal, 2 City players for this week, and then I'm going to play my free hit week 25 because I'm going to have about 10 players missing at the moment. So you've gone off mic again, Fraser. Yep,
Yeah,
it's gone.
still off mic. Broke it. I think I could work out what he was saying. It's like, he was looking at my team that I changed it to, and it's like, that's the best team ever.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. They can't see it
Yeah.
yet because the game's not live.
No, I know.
But maybe we'll look at it early tomorrow during the night when it kicks off. I think as soon as it kicks, is it past the deadline? I don't know. At some point you can see everyone's team. It might be. I don't know if it's when the first game of the week kicks off or whether.
Well, it says the game week starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, Saturday 11th. So I suspect you'll be able to see it after that.
Yeah, I think maybe. It's 12:30 kickoff for the first match of the weekend on Saturday. But yeah, deadline's at 11. So we'll see. But unless you just want to tell everyone what you put in.
I can tell.
Have you got some big?
Yeah.
Have you got some big, like the big guns in? I don't know if did you have Haaland before?
I did have Haaland.
So you're taking you've still got Haaland. He's the one player you've still got.
Yeah, pretty much. So I put Alisson in for the goalkeeper.
Liverpool been shit, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That could turn around though.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
Got Kilman from Wolves.
Oh yeah, I was thinking. I'm looking at him.
Mill from Brentford.
Who?
Me.
Yeah, Ben Mee. I've got him as well. You just copying my team? Is that what you're doing?
No. Saliba from Arsenal.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I got him.
Got Trippier.
Yeah, so you don't want him, obviously.
Trippier.
Trippier, yeah.
Trippier, I got.
Yeah. De Bruyne.
De Bruyne. Or De Bruyne,
that's-
depending on who you are.
De Bruyne. Oh God. Somebody from Ireland. No, Iceland. Odegaard.
No, Norway, that is.
Odegaard.
Yeah, I bought him this week.
Oh man, everyone's converging on the same team.
Rashford.
Yep.
Tete.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like that one. Bit left field, that one.
Mitrovic. Obviously Haaland. And then on my bench I've got Ramsdale. Although he's got a double game week.
Yeah.
I should put him in. I'm putting him in. He's swapping
Yeah, you should put him in.
out.
Well, he is playing Brentford. I see Brentford. I can see that being a tricky game for them.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If he's double, you got to put him in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they are playing Man City in their second game, obviously. So.
I got Jensen.
Yep.
On the bench. Johnson on the bench.
Jensen and Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson, and Pinnock.
Who the fuck is Johnson?
Johnson for Nottingham Forest. Brennan Johnson.
Brennan Johnson, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
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 And,
okay.
yeah.
I like that. You putting
Yeah,
your camera
it's-
back on, Fraser, or not?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, are we done with football?
Yeah. Are you finished with the football? You giving up?
Who should I captain? There you go. That's the next question.
Well, it's got to be one of the doubles. I haven't decided yet. I'm sitting on
Haaland.
Saka at the minute.
I'm
Haaland.
tempted to captain Odegaard.
Make vice captain. I'll make him a vice captain. I don't know what that does. What is making some
So
big
you think
vice
a lot of people people who haven't played their triple captain already might be triple captaining this week with Haaland, because he's still, but he's just, I don't know. I've been reading stuff today that he wants to leave. It's one of these ones though. I swipe left on my phone, and it goes to like the Google, fucking whatever page, and there's loads of random stories based on what I've searched, I guess, and what he's listened to me talking about. And there was a thing from some website I've never heard of about Haaland wants to leave because he's not happy and he wants to go to Spain. And I'm like, okay, really? He's scored more goals than anyone else in the first season ever, and he's not happy apparently. Okay, just because
Nah,
they've
I
scored
think
for about 3 games.
It's just clickbait, I reckon.
Yep, sounded like it to me. We'll see. Anywho, are we done now?
I think we're good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on then to some listener stuff here. Friend of the show, Jay, he wrote or sent me a message or sent us a message saying that he was getting a new PC and well, she sent me a message asking what I thought about it, and I immediately said, well, I'll throw it to the guys because these are the guys in the know, and that's you two, by the way. So Jay's machine. Well, have you guys got the specs in front of you?
Yeah.
No,
I
okay.
like the CPU and I like
Where did you get this from?
It's on
The
Team
specs
Chat.
are in team chat there, Dave.
Team chat. Okay.
It doesn't say where it's
Okay.
coming from.
Yeah,
I like the
don't
fact it's
know.
got branded components largely. Like it tells you what brand of motherboard you're getting. Doesn't say whether it's what sort of brand graphics card it is, though, to be fair, or what solid state drive it is.
Yeah.
Or what liquid cooling it is, actually. The only thing it does say is it's got a gigabyte motherboard.
All right. Well, for the people listening at home, what's the basics here on Jay's PC? What do we like about it? What's he got?
So a Ryzen 7 5700X, which is basically the newer version of what I've got.
Yep.
It's not the latest because they're up to 7000 series, but then you're looking at a big jump in price for the 7000s, and not as much the CPUs itself, but everything that goes along with it, like the motherboards and what have you. 32 gig of RAM. I've been thinking I might need more RAM. I don't know. I feel like some things are just not working as
You
well.
feel
as
like
they could.
you're topping out, really? Do you think
I think it just looks like when I'm not doing anything, I'm using half my RAM. I feel like that's a lot. I'm not really doing
surprised.
anything, and I've got like 8 gig being used.
I'm surprised to see that on here, 32 gig of RAM. I don't think you would often see that as.
You can still buy PCs of 8 gig. Like.
Yeah, I mean, do you think this is like, is RAM cheap enough now that they can throw 32 gig in here? Because you would never really see 32 gig of RAM on a pre-built, really, would you?
Well, it's customized. It's customized, so I don't know if that's an option that he's changed.
Has he customized this?
It says customized Horizon M, whatever, 4A, whoever is this from.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that could have been upped from 16 gig that was originally. But yeah, like I say, I'm just looking at mine when it's not even doing anything. It's basically used half the RAM already. I'm like, what the fuck is in my RAM? I just don't understand.
I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I've used 9 gig and I've just got...
And we've just got... You've not even got OBS running. Oh, yeah, I've got OBS running.
Oh, I've got OBS. So,
but that's nothing. OBS itself isn't very big.
No. It does use a bit of RAM. It's mainly Chrome that uses the bloody...
I think Chrome and Discord are nightmares.
Yeah.
Discord is awful.
Yeah.
Discord, I saw a story the other day, has how it's making NVIDIA graphics cards run slower. If it's open
Yeah.
in the background, it's
Yeah.
chopping 200 megahertz off your graphics card speed for some reason.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's good. There's so many times when Discord, don't get me wrong, like for Discord is an amazing piece of software. I mean, it's brilliant to a point. I mean, if you play Valorant, if you go to shut down Valorant, or no, if you go to install an update on Valorant, it will hang for ages. It takes ages to install. But if you shut down Discord, it's super quick. Like, what's that
Weird.
about?
Weird.
That's that
So-
weird fucking Vanguard thing that they make you put on.
Yeah,
Valorant.
So, I
Kernel
do
level
think
shit.
we're going from at the moment a standard gaming PC has 16 gig. I do think we're on the precipice of 32 gig being an option. I'm not gonna say it's going to be standard. It'll probably be another couple of years, but I've seen pre-builds with 32 gig in them.
Thing
I guess
is,
it shouldn't be surprising, should it? I mean, it's just time moves on.
if you're gaming, like this whole direct storage thing's
Gaming.
coming, which is supposed to like basically transfer stuff from SSD straight to your graphics card, so it doesn't have to go through like the CPU doesn't get involved, it doesn't go into RAM and then to the fucking GPU and all that shit. It just makes it because it runs basically like the new consoles run. This direct,
Right.
well, the Xbox particularly, obviously, it's direct storage is a Microsoft thing, and it's in the Series X and S, and that's one of the things that make it run better than the old Xbox Ones.
Right.
And it's now.
Dude,
I
my
think
toaster runs better than the old Xbox One.
there's some I can't remember what game it is. Some game that's come out recently is one of the first to use direct
Forsaken
storage.
or
It
Forspoken?
might, no, because
Forspoken.
that's a PlayStation game technically, isn't it? Really, so I'm not sure that is it. It might be that, but I don't know if it is. I think it might have been Dead Space actually, the Dead Space remake, maybe. Got my zip on the inside. That's very uncomfortable. Yeah. So
All right.
anyway, a
So
3060
what's-
Ti. I think that's what my
That's-
brother bought, and he
that
runs.
to
I
me,
think he
see,
runs at 1080. So
yeah.
that's ray tracing graphics at 1080 easily.
3060 Ti is
Yeah.
probably just above what I would say an average build should be, right? Good
Yeah.
card, good card.
It's
gonna last them ages.
I mean, yeah, 3060, like anything 30 is a massive step up on anything like with a 10 at the beginning, which
Yeah.
is probably what you had before. So, I think it looks solid for sure. Probably needs some more storage because I just can't cope with 1 terabyte of storage on anything anymore. It's just not enough.
No.
I've got 2 1 terabyte NVMe drives plus a 2 terabyte SAR and some mechanical hard drives.
Right. But he's got
I'm
but okay, but don't put the fear of God into him.
I'm not saying that,
A
no.
terabyte solid drive is going to do him fine for a while until
Yeah.
he,
Till
you know,
let download a couple of games.
well, I mean, even if you're, yeah, a couple, you know,
I had a
I
thing on my
suppose.
other day. One of my 1 terabyte drives was red on Windows when you open it because it only had about 10 gig free or something. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I have to get rid of some stuff off there. I don't like seeing red when I open File Explorer.
Yeah, well, you have to do housekeeping, right? I mean, if you're going to have Call of Duty on there, you're going to have
Yeah.
Halo, you're going to have, you know, all the, you know, Forza Horizon or whatever, and Flight Simulator. You know, you're digging your own grave there.
I downloaded a game on
in
my
terms of memory.
PS5 the other day and I had to delete a couple of games off my PS5 to get
Oh.
it. to download.
I mean, that's just that. But you know what? Find me a console, PC, or whatever. I mean, it's generally you have to do that now with a lot of stuff, right? It's
Yeah, games are massive. Some games are absolutely huge. That's for sure. And some games are bizarrely smaller on the PS5 version than they are on the PS4 version. So I don't quite know what that's about. But
the interesting thing he's got on there is liquid cooling.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common these days.
Is that like with a radiator and stuff, or is
yeah, it'll
or
probably
is that
be.
a small, all-encompassing?
I don't think it's like a custom with the glass tubes and all that stuff, fancy stuff. I think
No.
it's just a.
Is that like a H100?
Yeah, like Corsair. Loads of people do them
Yeah.
now. where you just like basically a block that goes onto the CPU and then some water pipes that go to the radiator.
Yeah.
But they're like covered hoses.
Yeah.
They're not like fancy coloured
Right.
No, for
glass
launch
ones.
tubes and shit like that, right?
You went really quiet again for some reason. Your like volume's halved. Technical problems. It's only because you've gone back to your shitty laptop, isn't it? And now it's gone off completely.
Hear me now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Might be time for a new microphone, boys.
Oof.
Or actually, I have been thinking about. I've been really thinking about getting another PC.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, that's a story for another day. Let's move on. MintSafe sent us a text or a message. He said, "What's up, fellas? Hope you're all doing well. I'm currently in the back of my mate's car with a bunch of mountain biking gear, headed for Scotland. A nice 5-hour trip. How do you all pass the time on long journeys?" He's nattering away to his sister, and I'm trying to find a mobile game to kill the time. Any games you would recommend? I tried Chinny's Crack, that is Marvel's Snap, and can't get to grips with it. Love the pod. Keep up the good work.
Nice. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks, MintSafe.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I will just tell you that how do I pass the time on long journeys? I'm usually the one driving, and I always find probably at some point, in half an hour to an hour in, then that's when I will pull out the podcasts. No, not that, Dave. Not while I'm driving. Podcasts are the one for me. I don't really like sitting there listening to the music. I'll listen to music and stuff like that, but podcasts I find chew up the drive really well. You know, just get lost in a podcast.
Yeah.
Do I listen to a book, an audio book or something?
Yeah, and well, I might do, but I don't do a lot of driving these days anyway. So I usually find if I'm going on a trip, you know, I've got podcasts backed up that I need to listen to. So, and the second part, just to do both answers and get them out of the way. If I was going to recommend a mobile game right now, I would say subscribe to Apple Arcade if you have an iPhone, of course, and play Pocket Card Jockey for the month. Just get a subscription for a month.
Have you done your time with that now? Have you? Because I remember
Yeah.
you spoke about it a little while ago.
That was perfect. Just had the subscription for a month, played the shit out of it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I was done. And so was my wife.
Did you
But
finish it?
fun.
What do you mean your wife?
No,
Was she
I
playing
think
it as
he's. Oh, she played way more than I did. Yeah.
well? Did you get like you all got iPhones?
Yes.
So is it like a
Yeah.
family share thing? If one person has an arcade, does everyone in the family get it?
Correct. Yeah, we have family sharing for us.
It's
Yeah.
not too bad, is it?
No.
I've been looking at iPhone. I've had Android since smartphones came out, and I'm now thinking I might get an iPhone.
The thing is, if you going old man, iPhone is just fine by me. I don't really want to don't use my phone for much else, and what I do use it for, the iPhone seems to work, just fine. There's very rare occasions when I regret being in the ecosystem.
Thing is, I know if I'll be like, well, I'll be getting AirPods, and I'll be getting Apple tags for my fucking keys and stuff like that. They're not too expensive, to be fair. I can get 4 for £99, so I think that's actually all right. But because their stuff just kind of works, doesn't it?
So they say
that sort of shit.
It just works. Yeah, that's the slogan, isn't it?
I don't know if it is their slogan, but it's just expensive. It should be their slogan. But it's. I think I'm looking at it going, actually, I think it doesn't look as expensive as it used to, which I don't know why I think that. Maybe it's just because everything.
I'll tell you why you think that. It's because everybody else got really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the Samsung top end phones are fucking crazy money, like 12.
They are in the they got
£1,500. I was like, what the fuck? I don't go for those phones anyway.
Well, Samsung got themselves. They were like they had to battle into the market on price. And then once they got themselves established in the market, well, now
the thing is, Samsung
they
cater for every end of the market. Samsung for sure, because they've got super cheaps, mid range, and then top end, and then there's the beyond the top end, the fucking crazy phones at the top, very extreme 1%ers. So yeah, but I was just like, both my kids have now got iPhones, and it was quite easy to keep fucking everything. When they all had when we all had Androids, it was great because we could all everything was shared and everything was easy. And now they've both got iPhones, and it's like when I go to Google Maps, I can't see them on the map and all that sort of shit.
That's why they got them.
So it's like, I might just buy an iPhone. I like so place BT Shop doing it on. You can get 2 years interest-free credit on it. I'm like, maybe I'll just do it that way.
Right.
33 quid a month for a latest iPhone. So that doesn't sound too bad.
You've never had an iPhone?
I've not had an iPhone. I've had iPods, and the kids have now both got.
Have you had an iPad?
No, not really. We've had an old second-hand one, which is completely dead now. An iPad 2, I think it is. It's properly dead.
Yeah.
And my iPod, I try to do I can't do anything on my iPod. We talked about this a fucking couple of years back or whatever. But basically, because it's only up to iOS 9 or whatever, nothing fucking. Every app you download, it's like, nope, this app is not supported on this iOS version.
Oh, yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's single
64-bit architecture.
Yeah, I can't see why they can't have a version. Like, there used to be a version of Spotify that worked on there. Why couldn't they just keep that version available for that version of iOS?
It's funny because we have iPad minis. Like, we've had iPads since probably the second generation minis. And now the originals that my wife and I have, both of them are being used for the exact same purpose, which is playing the one app radio station that still works on there, being streamed to a Bluetooth speaker in the room.
Wow.
So back to Mint Safe's question then. So what do you guys do on a journey?
So
well,
same as you, really.
Driving.
Yeah. I was actually there was a mobile game that I was going to suggest, Survivor.io on Android. It's probably on Apple as well.
Sounds like it could be a web page.
It's a
the
Vampire
.io
Survivors.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a Vampire Survivor clone, and it's actually a
You can
pretty
page
good
as
one.
Vampire Survivors, can't you? Oh, it's cloud streaming. Yeah. Oh no, there is a version of that Vampire Survivors on your phone, isn't there? I'm sure it's on mobile.
It's called Survivors.io.
Yeah, he just told you.
No, that's not. No, there is literally. That's not.
No, I know. It's the mobile-ified.
Has it got loads of microtransactions in it and stuff?
You can
do you have to watch ads every couple of levels?
No ads.
That's
like
classic
that.
mobile gaming. That is.
Yeah. No, it's really good actually. It is a good clone. I've been put some time into it. I think the maximum the levels go up to is 15 minutes instead of half an hour, obviously, because you're on a mobile. I'll try and speed it up a bit. But it has all the goodies, all the weapon upgrades and synergies between the weapons, and but they do add a various other things, including money to upgrade both your character and items that you put on your character to improve them. Yeah, I think it expands upon it a little bit. It creates little challenges that you can use to upgrade various different things as well, and get more coins. And yeah, it's actually worth a check out. Survivor.io.
You've gone wrong. You've gone again. Your mic's gone again.
Oh, Fraser.
You have to go and get your headset.
Yeah. If I'm driving on my own, I go podcasts. But the missus can't stand them while I'm driving. So
that's why you put your Bluetooth headphones on. Just to completely shut out everybody else.
But
that's totally, you're not allowed to do that. Actually, let's just be honest.
No, that's completely illegal.
You're allowed one in there.
If it's the missus and I and the little one, I normally put on like a sing-along station. There's various different Spotify or Amazon Music streams. If you just search for sing-along songs, just there's a big collection of songs you can just belt along to.
Mhm.
And we like doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just fucking like I say, I'm normally driving. I can't remember the last time I went anywhere where I wasn't driving. So that's diverts my attention, obviously, for that. But mobile gaming, I don't really do at all. But I have dabbled here and there, and the Netflix stuff looks all right. And I'd say that on the Discord. But there's
So the
one game
Netflix
that came
games.
out. Yeah, if you've got a Netflix account, then they've got a load of games that are like all included in the sub.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Poinpy was one that
Yes.
a lot of people were talking about when that was quite an early one. I assume they're still all in there, but I
Yeah,
haven't really
Point B's
checked
still
back
in
in.
there, but it's
Very
there's some
simple.
interesting
Yeah.
stuff in there. Okay, all right. Mincy, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your mountain biking holiday.
Yeah.
We had a couple of messages on Twitter. Friend of the show, Colum, said, "Will you be picking up Hogwarts?" And thoughts on the new PSVR 2. Hogwarts, I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing bad things too. In terms of where you plant your flag in certain issues, but I don't think we want to open up that can of worms.
Everyone
Not
knows
that
what
it
is.
even should be a can of worms, but anyway, it's just I don't want to get lost in that.
I've got a question about Hogwarts, right? I see a lot of people I don't know why. I feel like I'm not into Harry Potter. Never been into Harry Potter. Wrong age for me. I was too old to be into it. I knew a load of people where I used to work. They were they're probably about 10 to 15 years younger. They were all into Harry Potter as kids. So they've got this attachment to it. And I've seen a few of them like online playing Hogwarts. So I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I'm like, what is my equivalent to Harry Potter that I got into as a kid and I would still be happy to get into like now? I don't know. Would it be Star Wars, you think? Is that
I
the
think
equivalent?
it would be Star Wars.
I don't know, how old are you?
Old. Nearly 50.
Yeah, that'd have been Star Wars. You'd have been Return of the Jedi age, wouldn't you?
Because it's like a sort of, I don't know, like Harry Potter was a book for kids as far as I was concerned. When I was like that bit too old to be into it and all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was sitting there thinking the same thing. Like, I'm too old for Harry Potter, and my kids are too young for Harry Potter. They missed it all, right? So for us, it's not really Harry Potter's not really a thing in this house.
But I've definitely seen people who are a bit older than me playing Harry Potter as well. Thinking, I'm like, I don't know where you get. Maybe did their kids get into it, and that's how they got into it? I don't know.
Well, a lot of people are saying it's a great game anyway. So
yeah, what is it? I don't know. What do you do? What sort of game is it?
I don't know. There's lots of great games out there. I'm not going to play them. So
I don't know what it is really. What sort of game it is? Seen some weird looking wizards. I guess you make your own wizard, do you? Is it like an RPG wizard game?
I don't know. I'm literally looking at it on Steam, and it's called Hogwarts Legacy. I didn't even know it was called Legacy. It's Hogwarts Legacy apparently. Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive open-world action RPG.
Is it Dark Souls? Is it Harry Potter Dark Souls?
Take control of the action and be the center of your own adventure in the wizarding world.
Yeah, we're not going to play that. We're going to go play Dark and Darker.
Overwhelmingly positive, apparently. 95% of the 13,000.
I don't even want to look at the reviews for that game. I've got to be honest. That is a rabbit hole I definitely don't want to go down.
I'm still looking at it. I don't actually know what you do. I've looked at some pictures. I've seen the video. Open world RPG. So I'm guessing it's like a top-down game. I don't know. You literally. I can't see any gameplay.
I've seen a few. I don't know. Like I say, I won't be playing it. Won't be playing it because I've got absolutely zero attachment to Harry Potter. I've watched a couple of the films and fallen asleep every time. Never read one of the books, so it's not for me.
Okay, let's spend no more time on that. Okay, we gotta start. We gotta move. Thoughts on the new PSVR 2?
Haven't
Neil's
really
the only
looked
one.
at it.
Neil's the only one who can comment here. He's
Am I?
got. Well, you've got a PS5.
I have. I won't be getting a PSVR because I have glasses, and VR is a fuck for anyone with glasses, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't own a
So-
PS5. From what I understand, it's fucking expensive.
Yeah, that is a
Right.
problem. I have the
And I have a-
PS5.
and I have a-
I'm not
and
sure
I
I
have a
want to pay another PS5 amount for a headset that's going to be
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
That is a lot of money. Like, I don't care. Like,
And there's no
what-
fucking games.
This is a lot of money. I mean, there is that guy, that journalist, who was like, "Oh, I played Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever it is, and that made me order it." Like, really? You bought
Good.
a whole system based,
Yeah, you basically bought
Jeez.
another PS5 to play one game.
Oh
I guess
man.
people do that.
There
But
you go. That's
the
our
only thing
thoughts
that
on
I would be tempted is Gran Turismo in VR. I imagine is fucking awesome, but I can't be doing with her wearing a thing on my head anymore. I've got my Oculus Quest is sat on my sofa and has been for about a year, I reckon. And every now and again, I open it up and charge it up and go and see, make sure it's updated, and then I turn it all off and put it back in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
just
money's if
Ready
money's
for that
no
one
object,
time,
if money's no object, go for it or whatever. I'm sure the
And you don't wear
experience,
glasses.
and it's going to offer up some amazing experiences. But like,
Is it?
look, I don't know.
I
Okay,
reckon
let's
it's going
move
to be
on.
30 games, but I haven't seen anything. There's a lot of
Well, yeah,
the
yeah, they could be
PSVR, although it
29
wasn't
pieces
very
of
good,
shovelware.
as a piece of hardware versus what else was available. It had a load of games that you couldn't get anywhere else, and now you can't play any of those games on the PSVR 2. So it's starting from scratch, which is a bummer.
yeah, that's a bit problematic.
Although some of them old games are getting free updates, I think, but it's just a bit too much money, and yeah, I can't be doing with stuff that makes my face hurt.
Okay. Paul, thank you, Colin. Paul W says, if you had a choice of any animal, land, sea, or air as a pet, regardless of how practical or family friendly, which would you choose?
So this is evolved now. Now there's no inconvenience no matter what you've got, versus the last time we had a question like this.
So this is no fantasy animals. This is like actual.
A land and sea animal.
Right.
I
So no,
don't
like
know how
dragons
like a
or-
blue whale could ever be non impractical. But
I think it would have to be a land animal that I could interact with.
what about a dolphin? You could interact with a dolphin if you had a
Yeah,
big
but then
swimming
you'd have
pool.
to get in the water all the time. That's not
Yeah, but
practical.
you can chat with a dolphin.
And where are you going to take the dolphin? How are you going to take the dolphin anywhere? The best thing about the dolphin.
Don't get a big fat walrus because they masturbate on the side of the fucking road.
On the side of the road.
Yeah,
Okay.
did you not see that?
No.
Where was it? There was one in this country had managed to get itself on some fucking side.
What, have a
whatever.
fetish for A-roads?
It was
or
just
something?
sitting there, like it'd been there for ages, and then just decided to get his cock out and have a good old wank in front of everybody.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I wouldn't be getting one of them.
I think it would have to be something I could ride.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Neil.
I
I don't know though. Maybe a
like,
rhino or something.
Right, that's fucking like I can't make
Mate,
that leap to be something that's not
You turn up with your
necessarily
dolphin.
family-friendly.
I'll turn up. Does it have to be? It doesn't have to be friendly.
No, he said it would be family friendly. Well, there was no inconvenience or whatever, wasn't it? So I can't imagine
Okay.
a rhino being particularly ever being good.
All right, horse.
Yeah.
Dave.
I would say a peregrine falcon.
Nice.
All right. Neil.
I'm going with dolphin.
Do
They're intelligent, aren't they?
you know, funnily enough, I have a friend of mine. His name. You know what his name is?
Dolphin.
Neil
Peregrine?
Dolphin.
Neil Dolphin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
a
let's
strange
move
name.
on. Thank you, Paul W.
Was he a son of a dolphin at some
I
point?
don't ask. Don't ask. So Lord gave us a quiz. All right. Who wants to take charge of the quiz? Who wants to read the quiz?
I can read the quiz. I'll be
All
the
right.
quizmaster this week.
Go on.
Okay, so Lord says tonight's quiz is about movies based on video games.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a very good start from there, but we'll crack on. Question number 1. What Mortal Kombat character was created based off of wildly circulated rumors, but was actually an unintentional error code in the original arcade version? So, what Mortal Kombat character was created based off of wildly circulated rumors, but was actually an unintentional error code in the original arcade version? I think this is something based off Scorpion.
I was going to say Scorpion because there was Sub-Zero. Was Sub-Zero there was anyway? And then
Sub-Zero
Scorpion might have been some weird thing that happened and they went, oh, that's kind of cool.
No, I think Sub-Zero and Scorpion were original characters, but there was an issue with Scorpion. If you did like one of the fatality moves, like you had a random chance of creating a character that was a slightly different color, but I can't remember the
Was
character's
it
name.
purple? Or was that
Yeah.
Scorpion?
No, Scorpion was yellow. Sub-Zero was blue, and it was I think it was a purple character.
All right.
Can't
I'll take.
remember.
I'll go with you guys on Scorpion if you want.
But it's not
Well, we're not-
Scorpion, that's the other
We're
one.
not sure if it.
That's-
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
Poison Dude. Or something. I don't fucking know. I never really played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I played a bit on the arcades. I can't remember, but I don't know.
Come on then. Answer.
Reptile. There you go.
Is that it?
I don't know.
I'm relying on
Is
you
that
for
the
the
answer? I thought
answer,
you'd
Dave.
revealed the answer.
I thought we were going to do the answers afterwards.
Yeah, we normally do the answers afterwards.
Yeah.
What, at the end? Or
Yeah.
after each question?
Yeah. So my
Yeah.
random guess is reptile for
Alright.
this character. That's
Okay.
a random character. Right.
Was that even a Mortal Kombat character?
I don't know.
Or we? Oh.
Showing off our extensive Mortal Kombat knowledge. Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
just going
think
to
that's
Scorpion
right.
because I haven't
There's
got
a
a fucking clue.
niggling at the back of my brain, which makes me think that might not be right.
No.
All right. Question 2.
Question 2. What Vin Diesel film was sued for its original title Diablo by Blizzard Entertainment, who already had a game by the same name? So, what Vin Diesel film was sued by its original title Diablo by Blizzard Entertainment, who already had a game by the same name? So, Vin Diesel was in a film originally titled Diablo.
Yeah, sorry, I got it. I'm thinking about it. Just read it again first.
So I'm thinking of a film by Vin Diesel that.
Well, what are
that's
his
not
things?
Fast
He's
and
got
Furious.
XXX was
Yeah,
one of
Triple
his
X,
movies.
and then
Triple X.
Chronicles of Riddick. What was that? Was
yeah,
that
Riddick.
called something else?
Riddick had it, but you know what? Riddick had that video game, didn't they, too?
Yeah, but wasn't was there 2 films? Riddick.
Yeah, wasn't The Babysitter? Wasn't that one he did as well?
Maybe it was that. What was the names of the other Riddick film?
Fast and Furious.
No, that's not the Riddick film.
It could have been Fast and Furious Diablo.
Isn't that one with the walrus?
What, Fast and Furious? I don't know. He seems to be taking his time. I've got to be honest.
You probably got it. You probably got it right on the Triple X on the first one.
Yeah, could be. I can't think.
All right. Question 3.
Fucking.
Come on, I gotta drive this forward. We're so far behind. Let's go. We still got more stuff.
What was the fucking Riddick one? It was something dark something, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
I fucking can't remember.
So, question 3. What is the highest grossing movie based on a video game?
Ooh, good question.
What is the highest grossing movie based on a video game? Sonic.
So is it Harry Potter? Now that
No.
Hogwarts Legacy is out.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Could have been Street Fighter. Street Fighter's no.
You don't think
I'm
it's
gonna- I'm
Sonic?
gonna-
Don't think it's Sonic the
no, it
Hedgehog,
could
then?
not be Street Fighter. I don't think.
Don't think it's Sonic.
I think
Sonic.
it's Sonic. I think it's Sonic
All right, let's go Sonic then.
because it's the latest one and inflation and all
It
that.
seemed to do okay as well. Whereas
I
don't
think-
know,
yeah, I
like,
think you could be
Doom was
right there.
shit and didn't do anything as far as I'm aware. I don't remember Doom being a great thing, but Street Fighter
Garbage,
could have been
racing.
alright.
What, the one with Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, because it had some stars in, didn't it? But
But it would no way did it do Sonic numbers.
Right.
don't know. It was
Okay.
Sonic during the pandemic as well.
Well,
Yeah,
did
that's
it
true.
actually make any money though? Like, well, anyway, right.
Jim
Question-
Carrey went back for a second bite of the
Yeah, he
cherry,
did.
so it must
He
have
did.
done all right.
Yeah. Right. So, what Mortal Kombat character was created based on a widely circulated rumors, but was actually an unintended error code in the original arcade version? The answer is right. The Red Scorpion named Ermac, ERMAC5 was an abbreviation of Error Macro Code 5. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you mentioned something about that color thing in Scorpion and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
0 points.
0 points. Nil point. What Vin Diesel film was sued for its original title Diablo by Blizzard Entertainment, who already had a game by the same name? The answer was A Man Apart.
What the fuck is that?
Never heard of it.
All right, 0 points.
0 points. Nil point. The question number 3. What was the highest grossing movie based on a video game? The answer... Oh my god. The answer was Detective Pikachu.
Oh, for fuck.
Oh,
Pokemon.
What
good movie.
was it?
I'm not sure if I've seen that.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
alright.
seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
It's
Sonic
got-
either.
Ryan
Sonic's
Reynolds.
alright.
isn't it? Is it
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds is Pokemon
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you, Lord. Much
Today's
appreciated.
conundrum from Lord we haven't
Oh
done.
God, good Lord. Today's conundrum: would you rather clean an angry baboon's teeth or a happy hippo's bum? I'll take the hippo. Hippo
Oh,
bum.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like anything angry.
Anything angry that has teeth and claws.
Yeah, they have
No,
lots
it's not
of teeth as
good.
well. But hippos
You
can
might get
projectile
sprayed.
shit. I have seen
Yeah,
that.
you might get sprayed and shit, but
Well, you'd be hoping it's like that. He's already done that. which
Yeah,
is why
hopefully,
you couldn't.
yeah. That moment has passed.
All right. I think that's a wash. It's has sent us something. He says, if you had the choice, would you prefer more multiplayer co-op games or story-based RPG titles? Well, I 90% of my gaming is multiplayer co-op games.
What does that
so-
mean? Do you want even more of them? Or
Sure, better ones. What's coming next? That's what I want.
I like a bit of both there. Can you just
okay.
mash them together? That'd be great. I'm definitely more multiplayer though. Most of my gaming is multiplayer based. Even if I don't talk to anyone while I'm doing it.
Dave?
yeah, more multiplayer co-op games, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks. It's Sumu, he of the tricky trees.
And early
Says what?
nights on a Friday.
He says, I'm watching Bank of Dave tonight on Netflix. Always wondered how Dave pays for everything. What's Bank of Dave?
Don't know. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's a story about
It's Dave
somebody
his
up
bank.
north creates a community bank. It's got some famous people in it.
Dave.
But yeah,
Go
it's a true story. His slogan was "Bank on Dave" as a community bank, but it wasn't actually Bank of Dave. But they've you know what movies are like. I've got that on my watch list to watch over the
Did
weekend.
you search for everything to have Dave in it first? Do you watch a lot of the Dave channel?
No.
It's quite
Tell
good
people
though,
it's
the
your
Dave
channel.
Yeah, Yeah, I've got my own channel.
I tell my kids that's what you should have told your kids when they were little. Obviously, like you're not allowed to watch this channel. It's just for me.
Just for
You know what?
me.
My kids, for a while, they thought I had played for Chelsea, and it wasn't until like at some point they were.
They actually watched you kick a football. I was like, what? The
Yeah,
fuck
there's a
are you
couple of
on about?
points. I may have told them that. I'm not sure, or they just got confused. I also told them I went up a mountain one time to go see a dragon, and that my son believed that for a long time. That's
Outrageous.
all right. Let's move on to what we've been doing. Neil, you're blanking there.
Is that everything done?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've done fuck all again. I work, I sleep occasionally, and I play video games when I'm not sleeping or working.
Okay, I'm gonna go through mine then pretty quick because, like I say, we're against the clock a little bit here. I bought some new equipment yesterday. I bought a set of CDJs.
You not already got
Wait,
some of them?
Well, there we go. See, Neil pays attention. My wife didn't even know that, but Neil, you should be my new wife.
No, thanks.
I did. I had a pair of CDJ 1000s, but I got rid of them. They didn't suit my purpose at the time.
So what's
And then-
what's CDJ? Sorry.
So CDJs are like mixing instead of like you have turntables.
Yeah.
They're the digital equivalent.
Okay.
CDs.
Rather than CDs, right? So
So you can
it's-
scratch a CD.
yeah, so you can load up and mix with the CDs. They tie into my mixer, but the reason I ended up spotting and deciding to go with some CDJ 400s is they are way less expensive. They're available on the aftermarket, and you can plug a USB and bring your digital library into it, which you couldn't do with the other ones. So
What does it how? What? So you play
So I know-
MP3s through your
yeah,
CDJs,
yeah, so my previous CDJs, they were only CDs, right?
right?
So if you wanted to play your MP3 collection, you would have to burn them onto CDs, which is not going to happen. That's just a ball ache. Whereas this one has a USB port, so I can just put them on a thumb
It's
drive.
like a virtual CD.
Yeah, so just transfer them onto a thumb drive, plug it in, and then you're away. So you
Oh,
can just use
my
it.
word.
Yeah. So anyway, they're good. Good. I got a good deal on them. Of course I did.
Did you lowball them?
Mhm.
I didn't lowball him, but I went under what he was offering for. He'd had
So
them
that's the
on
lowball
sale.
then, isn't it?
Not really. No, lowball is when you take the piss.
Oh.
I didn't lowball him. I just went a little bit. He was a little.
Would you
little bit,
take a tenner off?
Yeah, I got him to take $50 off. So
Oh, that's
he had
right.
him up for 400. I got him down to 350. So
Fucking how many Elden Rings is that?
it's a
7.
few.
7
Yeah.
Elden Rings you paid for that.
It's all right. It's 2 of them. It's a good price. The next ones I was looking at, but I was considering lowballing the guy. He had him up for 650. So
Well,
I
he
got
deserved it.
a good deal on them.
He deserved the
Um,
lowballing at 650.
Yeah, of course he was going to get lowballed to fuck, dude.
That's Andy
Um,
Cox in the chat, I think, saying he didn't hear what model you said.
CDJ 400, Sandy. So, not quite the industry standards, more for the home market, but actually they're a nice little piece of kit and they do everything.
He's
I need them
asking,
to
was
do.
it 850s? I assume they're the good ones, are they?
I'm
pros.
not sure about the 850s.
Who
I
makes
think
them?
these are. I
These
think
Pioneers, are they?
yeah, they're Pioneer. Yeah, CDJs are Pioneers. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure. I think the 400s might have all the functionality, if not more, of the 850s, but they're not.
Are
They're
they
for the
half
home
price?
market.
Are they a little bit
Yeah,
under
they
half the
came.
price?
Well, they came out a lot later, and they, if I'm correct, I think they came out later. Plus, they're built for the home market, so they're not like as robust. So they're less expensive.
Can't do too much scratching. Can't go wiki wild on them.
You wouldn't really want to keep carting them around to clubs and things like that, and parties and stuff. Without.
You wouldn't want to do
Worrying
that
about it.
anyway, would you?
You don't generally want to do that, but you have to. The life of a DJ, Neil. And then the other thing, another couple of things. I was on the Veteran Gamers podcast on Sunday, which was a lot of fun. So thanks very much to the boys over there and Duke for letting me take his place. It was very kind of him. I had a lot of fun over there. So that was nice. And then the other thing worth mentioning is I watched Top Gun Maverick yesterday. which I really didn't think I wanted to do, but we had Paramount Channel for a trial, and it's on there. And then as soon as I mentioned to my wife that it was on there, she wanted to watch it.
Did you set up your surround sound on it? Do you have surround sound on?
Not upstairs, no. We're just
Oh.
watching it on.
Your
I'll go-
horrendous TV speakers.
No, they're not TV speakers. It's just,
Alright.
but it's not surround. It's too. They're proper good. They're good speakers and everything fine. But I don't have surround. I don't have satellites at the back. I've only got. It's 2.3.0 sound, Neil. So I have a center and two fronts.
That's not 2.3.0, is it? You just made that up.
No, 3.0. Yeah. No, instead of 5.1.
2.1.
No, the 0.1 is a subwoofer, right? I don't
Is
have a subwoofer upstairs. Yeah. So you can get 7.2 now, right? 2 subs.
Oof.
Keep up, mate. So
I
yeah,
don't know. I've got
5.1.
Atmos soundbar
5.1.
and 2 sats. That's what
You
I've
got fake stuff, fake
It's not
Atmos.
fake.
So maybe I'll go watch some of the scenes downstairs on my surround and see what it's
What did you think anyway?
It's all right.
It's basically
good
Star
romp.
Wars, isn't it? I heard Wombat talking about it on the CADcast, and I was like, actually, I didn't really pick up on that at the time. I was like, yeah, it's basically Star Wars.
It's basically Star Wars.
That's
Yeah.
what I said at the time when I
Yeah.
saw it. Like, yeah, they're making an impossible shot, like going through a ravine. and
Yeah, that's- It was okay. It was a good romp, and I think I would like to have gone and see this in the movies. I think you could have, if you'd gone to see this in the movies on the first or second night, you would have had a riot, man. Everyone would have been.
Maybe
loving
if you
it.
went on the
You know,
4DX on the moving chairs and everything, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, it was all right. I can't say it was a bad movie. It was all right. It was a good romp.
It was dumb. It was dumb.
Oh,
fun.
mate, no. Oh, God, there's so much. Yeah, don't even start me on the dumb stuff in it, right? Oh, I finished, I forgot to put it down. I finished Tulsa King this week. Did the whole
Oh.
series this week. That's
Oh,
how
wow.
I got Paramount.
Nice.
Yeah. That is like Top Gun. It's completely bonkers. None of it makes any sense. It's totally unbelievable. And yet it was all right to chew through,
You must have been alright if you managed to watch the whole lot in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
the last
Watched any more,
3 episodes to watch. But,
Watched
yeah.
any more Last of Us?
I've not seen any of it.
Well, you don't watch episode 1?
No.
No, me neither.
No, I watched episode 1 and I haven't been back to it since. But, yeah.
That's right, because it's probably shite.
It's not shite. It's just, I thought I was in and then I was just like, I can't be bothered.
Well, then it's shite.
But like, I don't know, loads of people saying that's good. So maybe I should.
I know they're saying it's good. We know that. Okay, Dave, what you been up to?
So, not a huge amount, but me and the missus decided to try and watch all the Despicable Me's and Minions films.
Do you hate yourselves?
Yeah. we're like, we just want something stupid to watch. We can't
Okay.
we're just like, just something on in the background. We can have our phones on. We can.
You can
pop it
basically
round.
not watch it. Is that what you're saying? It's like,
Just be in the same area, and it doesn't matter if we're in the room or not for 5-10 minutes. We don't have to keep pausing or stopping it or whatever. But actually, we did get really into it. We watched Despicable Me 1, 2, and the Minions film, and then we're halfway through Despicable Me 3 at the moment. So we're a good chunk through. They're not long films, and again, they're not. It's just stupid. Completely forgot about Despicable Me 2.
is that
the reason?
where there's a woman villain spy?
So
remember.
Despicable Me 3 is the woman. Oh, hang on. No, that's the Minions film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember.
Despicable Me 3 is the 80s bloke who's actually voiced by Trey Parker from South Park. Despicable Me 2
I
is
remember any of
where
what you're talking about.
is where Gru stops being evil and teams up with the lady.
Right,
With
which one's that? 2.
2.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember something about a pen. I think I can't really remember.
Lipstick
right?
laser.
Is it
Lipstick
laser?
taser.
Lipstick taser. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are all films. We were our daughter was born in 2010, so like it was the perfect time to watch them at the cinema and as they come out on TV, because of her age, because they're perfect.
So this is
Like,
this is your daughter's Harry Potter.
this is
Minions.
yeah, exactly. So,
When an Amazing Minions video game comes out in 20 years' time, she'll be playing it.
yeah. Yeah, it is actually good. We are enjoying them at the moment. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing. I did mean to finish King of Tulsa, Tulsa King, Tulsa
Yeah.
King, but we just haven't got around
I
to
just haven't watched any fucking telly. I just watched football. It's a bit, I've already talked about football.
it. No. Yeah, can't really talk about it again.
All right. Well.
Yeah, that's it really.
Okay. Well, that's not bad because we still need to press on. So let's move on then to video games.
Oh, there we have
Because
to.
apparently that's what we're here for.
No one tunes in for the video game. This is where everyone leaves the Twitch stream.
Yeah.
I can start. I'll start with a couple. Actually, should I start? Because I watched the Nintendo Direct. Did anybody watch the Nintendo Direct?
Let's talk about Nintendo Direct then, because I don't need to get videos up for that.
Okay. I heard there was a Nintendo Direct. My son was very excited about it because it showed Zelda and gave a release date for Zelda
And a price.
and a price. Yeah,
It's about
I don't
$100
know.
for you, is it?
It's $100. Yeah, with tax, it's going to be about $100. Yeah. And I said to my son, "Yeah, I should pre-order that." And I looked on Amazon today. I went, "I don't think I'm going to pre-order that. Maybe I'll just put that on order with the library."
Hey, that's like a third of a pair of CDJs.
That's a lot of money. But I'll probably buy it, I think. Because
You ain't getting it cheap, that's for sure.
No, I'll probably buy it because I think I know I'll play it
Wait
and
for the
enjoy
library
it.
to get it in.
No, because the problem with Zelda is you can't, it'll cost you that much keeping it out for that long from the library. Like you only get a week. Zelda, there's a lot to be done with Zelda. So
See, I haven't gone back to Breath of the Wild.
No?
No.
See, I know my son and I will play it to death, probably. So
You buying it physical?
I would buy it physical, yeah. And then at the worst I can flip it if I need to.
Yeah, probably for the same amount. We'll just
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw the trailer for that and I was like, yeah.
Looks like Breath of the Wild, apparently.
It's difficult because half of me was like, it's okay, well, it's more Zelda that's coming. That it looks like Breath of the Wild, but the other half of me was just like, ooh, yeah, that looks great. So I don't know. But they showed some decent stuff. I mean, there were a lot of RPGs that they showed on this Nintendo Direct that looked pretty interesting. There are a lot of remakes. We got Advanced Wars was coming. That was on
We've
there.
known about that for ages, but
we've known about it, yeah, and it was nice to see it. And I like it, and I like the idea that you can play against your buddies and friends or whatever.
This is 1 and 2, isn't it, or something? Remake.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think there were some Etrian Odyssey games in there which were remade. I don't know much about them, but they did pique my interest. I was like, yeah, they look pretty nice.
You haven't bought the game that came out the other day, then? Digitally, at least?
No. And then they've remade Metroid Prime. I loved Metroid Prime. It's a great game. Either of you play Metroid Prime?
I've got it downloaded, I think.
Yeah, see, Metroid Prime is a really good game. I'm not sure. It should stack up pretty well. If they've remade that, I think that game should stack up pretty well because there was a lot of really cool stuff in that game in terms of an adventure game with some combat and exploration. It's really good.
Was it a Wii game originally?
GameCube,
isn't it?
GameCube. Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I was pretty interested to see that. I think it's out now, digital only.
Yeah, it came out and it's on the physical release on the 3rd of March, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know what the price point is on that.
Probably about $50 for you, I'm guessing. So it's not a $70. That was less than half that price. I think it was 30 quid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I've got Metroid Prime on the Wii, and I did go back to it a little while, not long ago, but it didn't hold me, and I can't remember why.
It's not HD on the Wii, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's because I played it before. It's a great game. I don't know whether if you haven't played it, it might be worth.
So is it?
Trying.
It's Metroidvania-y, but in first person then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but imagine it's not like first person that you're in that same sort of very rigid
It's not a corridor shooter.
corridor stuff. No, there is a sort of it's slightly is it open world? I'm probably doing
Open
it to
levels.
open levels. Yeah, that's very well put, Neil. There is verticality in some of it as well, which is pretty nice when you get to the outside bits and stuff.
So is it like it's like Doom versus Wolfenstein, but a bit nicer looking, obviously, than Doom.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's very clever and pretty neat with all the stuff that it's got going on. It's good. I remember I enjoyed the boss fights too. Were pretty cool. So, yeah. So there was a lot of neat stuff in that Nintendo Direct. I can't off the top of my mind.
More stuff for Mario Kart.
There was a new thing for Mario Kart, which I think puts paid to Dave's predict. Was it Dave's prediction?
This is the year of Nintendo. Is that what you're saying? Because that was my prediction for last year.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, there was some good stuff, but
I did say a new Mario Kart game. That was my prediction.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, there was like Game Boy and Game Boy Color is going to.
Oh, that's
Switch
right.
Online and a Game Boy Advance to the premium version.
Yeah, so all the tinkering and stuff I've done with, doing my.
But you got all that for free, though, Fraser.
I did not. I had to go out and buy a handheld. So
you didn't have to. Could have just done it on your PC.
But
it's a lot easier on your PC, probably, than just fucking do it all download.
But I mean, they still didn't offer much on that. They showed a few games, and then they're like, "Yeah, here's 6 that are coming right now. Two or three are big titles. The other 3 you probably never heard of, and there'll be more to come, right?" But
so when's DS coming then?
They're incredibly stingy on releasing stuff back catalog.
I think they'll do DS. I'm not quite sure how the D part of the DS thing.
I don't know how they would do that.
Well, you could fit both screens on a flipped Switch, like if you rotated the Switch vertically, I guess.
But they've never promoted the Switch as being something that you poke with a stick, have they?
You just tap it with your finger.
Yeah.
It's got a touchscreen.
Yeah, it is a touchscreen.
No, I know it's a touchscreen, but there's a difference between touching with your finger and writing with a pencil. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But saying that, if you scale up the screens, then maybe there's not much difference.
How do you do that when it's docked?
You can't.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's DS emulators around. I don't know how many games really. I don't know. I guess I didn't really play much on my DS. I didn't have it. We had one, but it was fucking like shit Peppa Pig games that we had for ours because it was for the kids.
Yeah, but most of the titles that came out in the early days, they all used it, right? They were all,
well,
even the castle. Yeah, well, I mean, you could just go dual screen, but they all had you writing symbols on or scratching your dog's ears or whatever it was. They were all making use of that stuff, right?
Like similar with the Vita when that came out, and it was like they made games that had to use all of the features. So you were like, in the Uncharted game, there was some cool stuff. To be fair, like you'd take rubbings and you'd have to like literally rub the screen when you were doing the rubbing and things like that.
It's basically a normal game with like
some shooting mechanics.
Yeah, very specific. Yeah, it's mini game or like mechanic that's used like 2 or 3 times.
I think there was some stuff where you had to use the camera. Not in that game. In Tearaway, was it? You had to use the camera or something to like look at things. I can't remember. There was some stuff on the Vita that was cool, but it was still massively uncomfortable to have. So.
Yeah, so that's the Nintendo Direct. I don't know if there's anything else we need to add to that. The other game I was playing, and I just decided to have a look through my Epic library, and there's was it Epic? I think it was called or did it just get released on Epic this week? In Sound Mind.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really know anything about this game, and I didn't really research anything about it. I just thought, okay, that looks different. I'll play it. And I haven't played masses of it, but what I did play, I quite liked.
Was
You
it?
sort of basically start off. It's first person sort of adventure game, mystery, moving around. You start off in this
Psychological horror, is it?
psychological horror, yeah, where you see, and you're in sort of a start off in this apartment building, and you've got to find your way out of the apartment building. So you go here, read a note there, grab a battery from here, throw it in here, grab your flashlight, look around for hidden areas. It, I don't know why I quite liked it. Like, it's when I was playing it, I was like, this is pretty janky, and like the thing I liked about it most was his way his thumb moved when you turn the flashlight on and off.
That's
I
the
was like,
best thing about the game.
if that's
is it?
the best thing I'm thinking about this. But remarkably, even when like it's not very polished, it ran like a dog. The voice acting is really good, I think.
This is on
That's
Epic, is it?
I think it was on Epic. Yeah, I'm playing it. Yeah. But the sound is good. And I guess maybe that's the thing, this in sound mine. You know, these guys have concentrated on the sound, and
Oh, it's like a play on words, is it?
perhaps, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. I went quite a way. I a fair enough a way through it, enough that it made the list anyway. And yeah, it was pretty good. I'm not sure exactly how psychologically horrifying it is. There was not one bit I thought, oh, I don't know if I can play this.
It's a bit
But
creepy looking.
Is it jump scares or?
Walking around in the dark with your torch. For some
Yeah,
reason,
but
there's a broken bit of glass that you're looking at using as a mirror. It would appear
Yeah, I
to
haven't got to
see
that
some
bit.
weird ghosty thing.
Oh, okay, I haven't got to that bit yet, so
That
spoilers.
looks a bit spooky.
But yeah, it's all right. I don't know, for a freebie that was in my library and just some. I think the reason I liked it was I didn't have to think about it. I didn't do one bit of thinking in that time I played through it. I just picked up every note. I went, oh yeah, there's a fuse, right? It obviously stands out that there's a fuse there that I'm going to need later on. Is it going to let me pick it up? Yeah, let me pick it up. Okay, I'm going to pick it up. Lo and behold, you know, a couple of rooms later, you need a fuse. Oh, well, I happen to have that fuse.
Phew, good job you picked that up.
Yeah, there was nothing there that was like, you know, taxing on the brain. It was all tropes that we've seen 100 times before. But I'll tell you what one of them was. It made me just go, oh, this is pretty good. So you grab this. The first fuse you grab is out of a washing machine. And then you go pop it into another washing machine. And the washing machine starts rumbling like washing machines do. And it rumbles itself so much forward that it reveals a door behind it or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought, yeah, I like that. Oh, it wasn't a door, it was a little compartment, but whatever. Anyway, you get the point. So there is some thought that's gone into the game. It's called In Sound Mind. It's in my Epic library. I don't remember grabbing it. I even might have grabbed it.
I have
this week.
never heard
You
of
know,
this game.
whatever.
It's not in my library, and I normally pick up all these freebies, so I don't know where you got that from.
No idea. So there you go. I don't even know how old it is.
2021, I think it says.
Oh, okay.
It's not that
Check
old.
it out. You know what? Don't check it out, honestly. Like, it's not. No.
No skin off your
it's,
nose.
It's just something I happened to play, which was a big bag of all right.
Okay,
And then
it was free. There we go. Right, I've just had a quick look. It was free March 24th, 2022
there you go.
on the
So I
Epic
might
Store.
have this in my library then.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's pretty much all I got.
Wow.
I played a lot of Hunt, but there you go. That's nothing different there. I'm not going to talk about it.
I'll go through
Hang on a
mine.
minute. There's something on here that says Space Lounge in your week, what you've been doing, and you never talked about Space Lounge, did you?
No, well, so I sort of did, because I'd put Space Lounge in earlier, which was Oh yeah, okay. So this is the Space Lounge thing. I don't know why I put this in. Probably because I was in my own Space Lounge at the time.
I bet.
But you know, like people have man caves, right? And people have man caves, and they all want to put in like a pool table or a poker table or some beer taps or a traffic light. That's fucking ironic, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Um,
Who does that?
you know, um, and I was just like, I'm inspired probably still by Mark MS Rangers, right? When he showed me the video of he had fucking a smoke machine and lasers in his house, right? And I've been playing,
Nice.
I've been DJing. I think what it is, I've been DJing a lot more recently, downstairs, and I bought, and just coincidentally bought more DJ equipment yesterday, and I like DJing techno and having a bit of a boogie and stuff like that, but I also really like DJing ambient chill out music.
Oh,
And I think I really want to build a space lounge downstairs, so I'm trying to think of good
What
ambient
is a
lights,
space
different.
lounge?
I don't know.
You're just making
That's
shit
the
up.
whole point. Let's go. No, I'm not making shit up. It's what I'm calling it, right? The space lounge, where you can go
You're gonna have
down,
like
you
a
can
little
chill
neon
out.
sign as you go down the stairs into your basement. Says
Maybe,
the space lounge.
maybe I will.
Maybe.
And
You can 3D print it or something.
just making like the ultimate space chill out zone, right? And why? Because I can. That's I think.
Nice.
I don't know.
yeah.
You're kicking your kids out then.
I can imagine you playing like trip hop down there with a bit of Orbital or a bit of Moloko.
I can't imagine this.
No, I have one orbital. Orbital's all right, but yeah, I guess.
Well, there's that
What-
one
what-
song where the lady sings, so you probably don't like that one.
I don't like that. No. Orbital Underworld. The problem with Orbital and Underworld is it's just everyone's heard all that stuff 100 times.
Well,
right?
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You gatekeeper.
Yeah, I'm gatekeeping. I gatekeep the fucking space lounge. It's my space lounge.
Call it the.
What
Call
what
it
would
the,
you play? Come on,
I
then.
don't know.
Give
You have a little
us a little-
fucking moat before you get in the fucking
Hey,
space lounge.
you go down. When you go into the Buzzard, right, in your QQ down to the fucking Copacabana or whatever place like that is, and
There's no
listen
places
to
like
whatever,
that in the Buzzard.
whatever. What was the name of the club?
What the club? The club? Chardays.
Who had the other one? There was a brilliant club name. Dave, was it yours?
Was it? Well, we had
Road
well, I've got
Menders.
the lounge.
No, somebody had a brilliant club name, which was just such a classic. I can't remember what it was.
Legends. What was that?
I don't know.
Legends.
What was that? What about the Zazoos up Milton Keynes?
Ritzies.
Oh, Ritzies. You can't beat a bit of shitsies.
Yeah. So anyway, that was Space Lounge.
Okay.
Work in progress.
Miserably missed it the first time.
Well, you asked.
I just noticed it when I opened the notes because I haven't had the notes open.
You wait. You'll come visit the Space Lounge. and you'll be like,
maybe.
this is
Maybe.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Guess what you get when we don't serve drinks in the Space Lounge.
Hey.
Just gummies all night.
And the only smoke in there is like vape smoke. Green tinged.
All right, let's move on.
I'll quickly go over mine. I've got two quickies and then one I want to talk about a little bit more. So I've been playing a little bit more COD, bit of multiplayer, just smashing through, just trying to get.
How many
Not as many
platinums have you got now then?
Got 5 or 6
Oof.
platinums now.
Which is outrageous.
Apparently I've got to get like 50 odd to get the next.
Here's a
never gonna
little
get that.
thing for you. You don't have to do that.
No, you don't know. No,
You don't have to
it's
do that.
it's just something to work towards because it's mindless. Just put it on and like try and get kills in a very specific way.
Ugh.
So yeah, it's one of them.
But I get it too, right? I had it this week, Dave, with playing Hunt, and then we got to there were like 4 or 5 hours left to get the challenges in. If I didn't get finish the challenges for the week, I was going to miss them.
Right.
And I fucking went. I love it, man. I love having I love busy work. I don't know. That's what it is, isn't it?
Having an objective, like a lot of these games, you can just play and like the objective is just do.
I've
do
got a
as
game
well
for
as
you if you
can.
like all of this shit.
But no, on this one it's just like just do it in this way. Oh, okay, well I'll do it in this way then. And just mindless shooting, but
yeah, that's the key,
but-
isn't it?
But yeah, so that I wasn't going to talk too long about that. I've been playing a lot
I
more.
didn't even bother
Satisfactory.
getting a video for it because I
No, I
knew
know. I'm playing a lot more Satisfactory.
I'm playing a
I've-
video for this because this looks fucking crazy. I don't even know if this is the same game.
Oh, let's have
that
a
I've
look
been
at
watching
this
a video
that
of.
you've put on. Yeah, that's it. I'm not quite where the video's at yet. What we can see on a video is somebody sort of looking across a fiesta of different belts and trains and all this. I am getting to the point where I'm nearly at the end of the tech trees. I've started creating rail networks. I'm creating um, buildings that any item can go to will get sorted, get put into containers for every single item in the game, and then anything extra will get recycled back into the system to be used by anything else. I'm not at the end game yet, and that will take another
Couple of 100 hours.
it could be a couple of 100 hours, depends really. But I am more enjoying the creating of the buildings and actually making architecture and making buildings that actually look nice, not just a big sort of wireframe of belts and equipment, but actually making walkways and lighting areas and making a little train system that shuffles things between. I could belt everything, so just put things on a belt and put it across the whole map. But I'm actually trying to create a little train that shuffles stuff across and unloads it correctly and everything like that. So yeah, it's
Is this how you never finish the game?
this is how you never finish the game. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
you just it's kind of like
Do you
it's kind
finish
of
this game? Is there an end game?
there is an end
state?
game. Yeah, you can finish
You can complete
the
it.
yeah, you can finish it all and basically to do the last bit of technology. It is still an early access game, Satisfactory. So that
Crikey.
they are well, the rumors are that it's going to be sort of early summer that they're going to release 1.0, which is going to have a story and everything. But at the moment, it's just literally you start and you send resources up in a space elevator and you unlock new technologies, and that's the game. You just unlock new technologies, which unlocks new buildings and processes and things like that. So yeah, it's a great little game, and I'm just enjoying the building of it at the moment. And it's kind of like my Minecraft in that I'm making a space for myself and I'm making it nice, and I'm trying to make it look pretty. I will do a video of it at one point, but it's when do you do a video? Like I don't think I'd ever be happy with the state that it's in, but I want to show it off.
When
To
you get
people
to
who
the
haven't
guy
seen it.
state
So,
that this guy's on, it's fucking
oh god, yeah.
super like neat and tidy, and everything looks like a
Oh
real
yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's super. Like he's spent a lot of time on that. And hopefully I'll get there at one point, but I never know.
You took us on a tour last week
Mm.
when we finished the podcast, and that was really neat.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's not like the video that we're watching now. That was a very rough and ready. Right, these are the factories that have been put up because I needed these items, and it's done. But once I'd spend more time on it, and I'll basically you just got to rip everything out and start again and put it in a way that looks nice now. But it's just getting to that point. I've spent like 5 hours on this one thing of creating what I was explaining to Neil as a mall of items, and I've put in and ripped out the all the conveyor belts and the switches and the smart switches a few times now because I realised I didn't leave enough space to do an overflow to move items out in case they were like enjoy it. It was it's been a thing. But it's really good. I'm enjoying it. And I just going to continue playing it. It is a multiplayer game, a co-op game, should I say? But it's sort of collaborative working. So
Yeah.
I haven't seen
That's
that early
nice.
on yet. So
It's
I'm
nice that
hoping.
that's an option if you want it to play
Yeah,
with somebody.
yeah. I think when 1.0 comes out, I probably will set up a server and have a little community place if anybody else wants to join me. But I'm waiting for the main release because there's no point on these
Does it keep getting wiped,
early
or is it?
access. No, what we
just
think
build on it?
the rumors are that 1.0 will be a fresh wipe,
Mm.
and it could be any between like now and early summer. So there's no point putting sort of time into a community effort. But once games are out in 1.0, normally anything expanded on that is sort of fine. It doesn't get sort of wiped or anything, unless there's a big 2.0. But normally they announce those things. The other game that I've been playing that I wanted to talk about, the one that I was going to talk about a bit more actually, but I don't know now. Hot Wheels on Game Pass. I don't know if anybody else has played this.
No.
No, you know what? I knew this. I heard this was coming, and I thought I'd like to try it. So I'll be interested to hear what you got to say.
So, you played it now?
No, not yet. This is
You
the
play-
first time I've even looked at it. Watching it now.
Okay. So Hot
Looks
Wheels
a
has
bit
been
like
out.
Mario Kart.
It's a bit like Mario Kart. Not really, but it's a bit. It's a arcade racer. In the Hot Wheels universe. So it's a bit kiddie. The
See, the thing is, Hot Wheels was around when I was a kid. So maybe this is my Hogwarts.
yeah,
Maybe.
So there's a Game of the Year edition come out on Game Pass. So there is a lot, tons and tons of DLC that's come out for this. Like so many different packs and tracks and like I didn't realize how big the game was, but there's one game that is like the racing against the AI that you use to unlock and further the progression and get more stuff. And then there's the building of the tracks, community tracks, to download and play online and against other people. And I've sort of just gone through the single player stuff, thinking, oh, I just want to, get as far as possible. And there's a lot to it. But with the Game of the Year version, you get all the good cars, all the best cars, what it seems to be, straight up front, because they're the DLC and paid for game, or cars and tracks and packs and stuff like that. So I've played, I don't know, 10, 12 different maps so far, just on the first ones, and I've been absolutely wiping the floor with against the AI in the time trials. I played a boss level because I had the best car. I was like, okay, well, I'll choose this car that's got the best top speed, acceleration, handling, and braking. And there was absolutely no contest. I've kind of been walking over these. Is it going to get hard at any point soon? And I suspect it will. But it's weird that the Game of the Year edition gives you the best cars, because I'm guessing you would normally start with pretty shit cars and you've got to upgrade them or hope that you unlock better cars with random unlock packs that you can earn through these races as well.
You'd think so, but then the possibility is there that, again, maybe this was where I underestimated Kirby, right? That these kids games are really kids games, right? They're not hard for a reason.
Yeah, maybe. It's I don't know.
Is there a multiplayer?
Yes, I believe so. I haven't played the multiplayer, but there is a whole thing set up to create your own tracks. And I
I wonder how good
suspect
that could be, because that's got massive potential. I think to be a lot of fun playing on other people's tracks. That
yeah,
it's like
I think-
unlimited content potentially.
yeah. And it does seem. I did have a quick butchers at it before coming on today, and it does seem that it's quite impressive with how much room space, both sort of horizontally and vertically in the X and Y and Z axis, that it provides you with, because the tracks are not just flat. You do
Very
upside
much not.
down, loop the loop, and yeah, going up walls, and jumping across huge expanses and things like that. So much like you would with
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, yeah.
Slot your orange track together.
Yeah.
Twist it round.
So that's the only thing that so far is that for me it's been extremely easy to win, and I don't know if that is because it's the Game of the Year edition, and I've just chosen the best car because why wouldn't I, versus just using the cars that were provided. But
Does it tell you which ones are like bonus ones, effectively?
yes, yeah, there are. It tells you if you got them as part of a pack or as part of part of a pack, or if they're like earned in game, and then the quality of them. Obviously, the
It's
better
probably a
quality.
bit more like
legendary,
Wipeout than it
epic.
is Mario Kart. It's Wipeout with wheels.
Oh, I don't know what this bloke's doing on the. Okay, maybe that's how to boost off a line. I've never worked out how to do that. Sorry, just watching the video and I was like, oh, that's how you boost off a line. And okay, you never get told that in game. Yeah, it's the a lot of the tracks. The further you get in, the more the possibility of going off track and or going the wrong way. There's been some tracks with multiple different paths that you can take. Some are shorter, some are longer, or just don't follow the track at all. But yeah, for the most part, it's been pretty simple. I think I will play it again. It is kind of hitting that driving itch. I haven't been playing any driving games recently, and it does hit that driving itch a little bit. But maybe that's because I enjoy winning on these
Yeah, that
games.
helps, yeah, right.
So I don't want it to be too hard. But at the same point,
Mindless Dave.
so no, it's free. It's on Game Pass if you got Game Pass.
What do we say,
download it.
boys?
Check it
Check it
out.
out. But yeah, I can't imagine if I'd bought this game and all the DLC and packs and additional stuff that you get in the Game of the Year stuff, I'd be well pissed off.
That's
because
because you're not 6.
it's true. It's true. But yeah, there you do get a lot in this version. And I mean a lot of the paid content that you would have had to pay for. So yeah,
Mesmerizing watching it.
yeah. So that's it. That's been my week of gaming.
Cool.
All right.
Well then, guess that leaves me.
Strap in, folks. It's Neil's turn.
Okay, so earlier today, I revisited a game I haven't played for a while. Not for long, just for an hour maybe. Went back because I thought I fucked up a bit, and I thought this game hadn't had an update that it's actually had. So I was talking about Battlefield 2042. because it's had the update where they've reverted to the class system, where if you're a sniper, you've only got certain equipment available to you. So you can't be a sniper with like a med pack and an ammo crate and all that sort of shit anymore. If you're a sniper, you have to have whatever, some decoys, some traps or whatever, and that's it. And if you're assault, then you're allowed the ammo crate, is it? I can't remember what they are now. But I was just running around as the engineer, but not doing much engineering, I have to be said. I don't know, because I couldn't find a way. You used to run around with like a blowtorch, didn't you? If you're an engineer in Battlefield, and like fix the tanks and whatever while they were getting damaged so that they kept on going. I don't know. I couldn't find it. There was no fucking attachment for me to heal my vehicle. I was just like, I was in the vehicle and we were killing lots of things while I was doing it. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's kind of good again.
It's good when you're winning.
It was no fucking dodgy lag anymore. They seem to have fixed the netcode from the last time I played. It was all fucked up and weird. And it's that old, like, you know, when Battlefield's back good, it's just very bombastic and like, you know, like you played Squad. I haven't played Squad, but I imagine it's similar. It's just non-stop fucking loud noise, like a war zone. And then you're shooting shit in between, shooting people mostly. So like I say, I was playing as an engineer class. I had some weird half 3D printed gun, LMG, which had like 100 round capacity and was like hardly any recoil on it. It was great. And every time I ran into some people, it was just like, it was fucking. It's actually, it was quite a lot of fun. So I was playing Conquest, the classic Battlefield mode, where you know, capture. I don't know. Depending on the map, there's like up to, I don't know, is it 8 points you can capture or something? Oh yeah, there's a wingsuit in it if you're in a certain class as well. But yeah, it's seems like they've sorted a lot of the shit out. Apparently, I don't know. It's not probably 100% because there's always problems with these games. Apparently. But it feels a lot more balanced than it did when, you know, snipers had unlimited ammo and things like that, where it was basically just fucking completely broken before.
Remind me as someone, sorry to interrupt, remind me as someone, I'm not sorry to stop enough to stop though. Remind me, or someone who's not a Battlefield, I am not a Battlefield person at all. I mean, I think one time we played a little bit of Battlefield, but that was about it. It's 2042. Is that the most recent one?
That's
then?
the most recent one, yeah. So
okay.
This is
And
like Battlefield 4
did it suffer
was
at launch?
It was fucked. Oh, it's been fucked since it came out. So like, it takes 18 months for a Battlefield game to actually be good, apparently. But it feels like it might have got there. I think it's the map. There's loads of variety in the areas of map that you're in and stuff like that. I just went into the Conquest playlist, and I think I played 3 or 4 different maps. There's one playlist because they've brought a new map out with this season, where it will just constantly give you the new map and stuff like that. So, and I guess it takes a while to learn the maps on this game because they're fucking huge. But yeah, I actually was enjoying myself, whereas the last time I played it, I was not. So, got quite a few kills. I did okay. I don't know. We won a couple of games and we lost one, I think. But yeah, I kind of like it, so I might play a bit more. See how it goes. But it's included in Game Pass via EA Play. You can buy the Battle Pass or whatever if you want. Or it gave me some Battlefield coins because I got so far through the Battle Pass, and there's like free bits and pieces, and there's the paid bits and pieces. I think if you buy the Battle Pass, you probably get enough coin to get back and get the next one and stuff like that. So they could be doing things like they could be doing a lot of things right, but I don't know if how long it'll be good. But because I've seen these players, but it seemed like there was quite a few people playing today, and I wasn't getting completely destroyed constantly, which I thought might have happened. So yeah. Like there is a lot of variety in your play styles. Like you can play a sniper, you can play, and like you can jump in a fucking super modern fighter jet or whatever and bomb everyone in that and fly around in helicopters. People flying around in helicopters like fucking crazy, doing mad stuff in their helicopters. It's just, I don't think if
Not
they get it
just
right,
suiciding
there's nothing
into the
quite like it. I don't think it's good. When it's good, it's good, but when it's bad, it's fucking shit. So, I think they might have actually got to a point where they've nailed, so not quite nailed it, but yeah, it's definitely a lot better than it has been before. So, like I say, I'll probably dip in and out of it every now and again. Played a bit more Halo today earlier just to get me points for me whatever dailies and that.
Gotta do your dailies.
They've got a new playlist in there at the moment where it's all based on community created maps, which is kind of cool because they brought the Forge out. So now they're obviously trying to plug the Forge. And there's a whole playlist which is just community created maps and stuff like that. And some people have done some fucking clever shit in that. I haven't even scratched the surface. So, but I'm not going to go into that too much. It's the best it's ever been, probably, Halo Infinite. If you have any nostalgia for old Halo 3, Halo 2 and all that, might be worth a little download, a little dabble in Halo Infinite.
Cheeky download.
It's free to play multiplayer. It's free.
Cheeky 100 gig download.
Yeah. Should we call me? What did you call me?
What?
Sounded like you called me a bad word then.
Oh, I said a cheeky 100 gig download.
Okay.
You wanker.
That's not what it sounded like you called me. Earlier on as well today, I played a demo. You like this? I played a demo. It was only half an hour.
What demo did you play?
This is called Planet of Lana, and I believe this is coming to Game Pass soonish. At some point in spring, it says.
Is this from the old developer of The Settlers? Or was that something else?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't looked at that. I didn't see that. This is like a puzzle platformer, I guess you could call it, side-scrolling. Very nice looking. The backgrounds are like almost like pastel painted or whatever. It looks very cool, and the vibe I'm getting is inside but nice and colourful. So
yeah,
could be all right. It seems so far. You are playing as a young girl, teenager girl, or maybe young lady. I don't know. And with a weird cat-like creature as your companion, who you can get to do some things for you. And you have, I'm not sure if there's a language they're speaking or whether it's a made-up language. There's definitely a language, inverted commas. I don't know. I don't recognise it. But yeah, like I say, only played half an hour. It's like I say, inside but coloured, and could be all right. But it's difficult to say after only half an hour. There's like a bit of, like I say, platforming where you're climbing up and jumping gaps and stuff like that, and then you have to get your creature friend to go and do things like cut a rope so that you can move an object and things like that, so you can traverse a piece of thing that you couldn't do before. And then you encounter the bad things as you get through the level, which in this case are like spider-like robots. And so that's where it becomes very much like Inside and Limbo, where you have to hide and trick the robots or whatever the enemies into doing things. You have got no weapons or stuff to kill things with, so you have to use the environment to either avoid escape and or somehow damage them by getting things to move. So it could, like I say, it's very difficult to say after only half an hour, but it could be all right.
It does look very pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's very nice looking, and it plays nice. It plays well. There's no jank on anything like it yet in half an hour. So, but yeah, it's literally barely scratching the surface of the demo. But I will probably give it a check out as it comes to Game Pass, which is what it says it does. But yeah, Planet of Lana. The demo's out on Steam. if you want to have a look and don't have Game Pass. I don't know. It's probably not going to be megabucks when it comes out. And then one game left that I have played a quite scary amount probably recently. I don't know, Haven. I don't even know how long, because Steam doesn't even tell me, because it's probably just like it's too shameful amounts. Like when Fraser looks at Hunt, it's like, no, not even telling you how many hours you've wasted in the last 2 weeks on this game. I've still been playing loads of Destiny 2. So I'd said last week, did I, that I'd bought the season pass? You won't remember because you don't care. But yeah, so I've been playing through the new game modes and at the same time going back and doing some old content because I hadn't unlocked some of the stuff with my other characters. So I'm playing through with the Warlock mostly at the moment. So I unlocked the stasis abilities, which were part of the Beyond Light campaign, which I hadn't done, which came out 2 years ago. Because I basically mained Titan for fucking ages. Still to do it on the Hunter. But yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun playing through the seasonal content, and then sometimes not having so much fun because I've got like a load of stuff that I need to do to try and get. There's a couple of guns that I want to get good rolls on.
Get good.
And it's RNG. That's the problem. It's like I need to get one more gun to unlock so that I can kind of farm the rest of them.
Yeah, that's a problem, RNG.
Yeah, it's a bastard.
It gives you that unknown time quantity, which none of us like these days.
No. Well, the thing is, for me at least, I don't mind too much because what I am doing is fun. So it's like you call it a grind, but grind has a negative connotation. Sounds like it's not fun. But
I don't know. I like grinding sometimes.
I'm having fun, so it's not grinding as far as I'm concerned. It's just playing. I've collecting all my bounties every day, which give me a little few things that I have to do so I get some more XP or get some progress towards something else. I've got from level fucking I don't know. I'm up to like 60 odd in the season pass in about 2 weeks. And the season pass came out about 4 weeks ago. I don't know, something like that crazy. So I've smashed through the season pass. I'm going to easily get to level 100 before the 28th of Feb, which is when it ends. But I just really want... There's some guns in there that are only available while this season's on. I'm like, I really want a good roll on that gun while I can. Because I've got... This is not every
I get it. I don't know. It's like, oh, it's only available during this.
Yeah,
very
there's
specific time.
an API for Destiny 2, which, you know, if like, I don't even know what it stands for. You probably know, Dave. But like, it means that other people can write software that allows access to the database, basically, and they can do stuff, manipulate, within reason what the game developers allow. So
is that like the stuff we had with PUBG?
Yeah, so you can watch the replays on PUBG and things like that. Whereas in Destiny,
they
you can't
scrape the data, don't they? They scrape
yeah.
the data.
So in this, there's one main one called Destiny Item Manager, which is almost crucial if you play Destiny 2, which allows you to look at all of your weapons, armor, and stuff like that, and see if it's any good, based on like some people's sort of researched findings. They'll have like good rolls, like they'll give you a thumbs up. If you get a gun and it's got a blue thumb on it, like that's a good roll. And you go click on it and it'll like tell you which things are the best perks. Because each weapon, although there's main archetypes of guns, like there's assault rifles, and then there's like fucking knows how many assault rifles, but each assault rifle can drop with random perks.
Yeah.
So there's like,
and if it's
the best version of that gun, with certain perks and stuff like that. So that's where the replayability or like the grind can come in, where you're like, well, I really want this gun, that does this, this, and this. So I'm going to keep playing until I get that version of this gun. And what they have introduced with the Witch Queen, which came out last year, is weapon crafting. So certain guns, you always get random drops through each, like playing through. You'll be like just playing in the open world, and like a purple engram will drop. So you go and pick it up, and it'll go turn into a piece of armor or a gun when you pick it up, and that's all random. And so that will be randomly rolled and stuff like that. But some of them come with like a red border when they unlock, and they're ones that you can, as you use them, you unlock the ability to craft them. So you can then craft a version of the gun. If you continue to use that version and build up the levels, you'll unlock the ability to recraft that gun with specific perks of your choosing. So it could take quite a while to do all of that stuff, but some of the guns come with easily unlocked perks that are very, very usable. And then if you continue to use them, once you get to really high levels with that weapon, you unlock enhanced versions of the same perk, which give it additional traits and stuff like that. So
bloody hell.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Destiny nowadays. There's fucking something like you can make it really simple and just go and play, or there's stuff to really go down fucking massive rabbit holes in.
How's the clan going? I believe my son is thinking of exiting the clan.
The clan's not particularly active, I guess, because there's only about 3 people in it. So
bless his heart, he was like, because he got invited to who was it? Defoe's clan?
Yeah.
Was it?
Defo said it in our name.
Maybe Defo doesn't even know this, but I think Stan was like identified as a Destiny 2 player and then joined the clan. But he came to me on the side. He's like, "I'm thinking of leaving the clan, Dad." And I was like, "All right, just fucking leave then." And he was like, "Well, is that going to be okay?" I'm like, "Dude, just fucking leave. Don't worry about it. Just shut the door on your way out."
He got me some XP the other day while he was doing something. Yeah? We were talking in the game, and I was like, "Oh, I just got a load of clan XP." And I said, "Did Stan just do something?" And you was talking to him. And I don't know what he was doing. I can't remember.
That's right.
Something.
Oh, so when he's playing on his own, he's contributing to the clan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They can never leave.
He never leave. Yeah. I could have done that. I could have been that terrible dad sort of thing. You committed to this. You. I never committed, Dad.
Yeah. I don't know if he's in a clan. If he's got an opportunity to join another clan that's a bit more active, that's fine.
What, with like friends, peers, with his peers,
people,
people he likes.
Yeah. But it doesn't exclude you from playing with other people anyway, like in other things and that stuff. There's still fucking loads of stuff I haven't done. The whole new stuff comes out in just over 2 weeks, and I've still got to finish playing through the campaign of last year, so I need to crack on basically in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm still.
You love it, don't you?
Sometimes, and then I get fed up with it once I've had enough of it. But it'd be nice to do some of the end game content. Still, I haven't hardly touched any of that. I played loads of Crucible, the PvP, and I played the seasonal stuff where it's randomly matchmake with people. Anything that says there's no matchmaking, I don't do. Because it's a solo effort, basically. Excuse me.
Right.
So there's a lot of really high level stuff, which is really super hard. But
you want to do that with other people.
Yeah. And there's no matchmaking on that stuff. So it's like you need to be communicating with other people and stuff like that. So
right.
And you need to be at high level with high level gear and all that stuff. Otherwise you just get
need to be good and you need to have friends.
Yes.
I'm fucking sticking
broken.
Point.
No chance of me playing any of that shit. But I did download it on my PS5 because they banged it off on the Beyond Light campaign was free as part of PS Plus. And I haven't played on a console for quite some time. And I might just delete that off my PS5 because it was not fun at all to play with a controller versus a mouse and keyboard.
I thought you played Destiny with a controller.
I used to. and then I went
Yeah.
full mouse and
Ah, right,
keyboard.
okay.
fucking
Oh, then
years
you
ago.
saw the light. Yeah.
And just, I think he'll be fine on a PC to play on a controller. But yeah, just, I don't know, because your armor gives you the stats to like affect the way you play. So there's six stats that you get. There's like mobility, resilience, recovery, and then there's strength, intelligence, and discipline. And your armor will drop with different numbers of those stats. And when you equip the armor, obviously the total applies to your total number. And I was playing with my hunter on my PS5, and my mobility was something like 15 out of 100. And I can just say that is definitely not the way to play as a hunter. That is
Right.
fucking shite. Because the key to being a hunter is to be moving around super fast. Because you're not, like, Titans are strong. Yeah, you like get a good level of resilience with a Titan, and you want mobility as a Titan as well. In fact, mobility is pretty key in Destiny generally, because running around slow as fuck in Destiny is just one way to definitely get murdered in PvP, and it's not much fun running around in any other game mode either. So yeah, but especially on a hunter, you can get builds where your mobility gets up to 100, and you're just running around like fucking super fast, and it's great fun. But yeah, running around super slow and feeling like a tank when you're not particularly strong is not good. So
Yeah.
I ain't got the right armor to be a hunter at the moment.
Right.
But yeah, so this complex game.
I know. Right. Well, I said to myself anyway about 5 minutes ago that was when I was going to try and reel you in, and then you still managed to eke out another 5 minutes. The old Destiny.
I'm practicing.
Okay.
But I'm done now.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ! If anybody gets value out of a game, it's you. Holy smokes!
It's fucking cheap,
But
isn't
no
it?
doubt. Yeah. Well, no doubt. And then we'll owe you about the grind for the next couple of weeks. Then, so we'll hear a bit more.
Next
hear a
6
bit
weeks,
more.
I reckon, at least.
Oh, next 6 weeks. Okay. Great. Okay. Well, if that's all you've got, then let's call that the show. Unless anybody says otherwise.
I've got nothing else to talk about.
I think we're good.
All right, Dave, do you want to do your bit, and then we'll get out of here?
I'll do my bit. So, I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions and get involved, please contact us either on Twitter at Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on the Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter. We have YouTube and Twitch channels, which we upload the stream to. Neil, do you want a quick shout out for chat? I don't think we've had much.
Rinsafe popped in to say hello early on, and Sumu, but he had to go to bed because I'm assuming he's work tomorrow. And Andy Cox, Real Defo was here as well. Till Stanley can move on, he says. He won't be hurt.
Yeah, nice one. All right, Defo, catch you in the bayou shortly, no doubt. Yeah, thanks to the other guys for dropping in. Andy Cox, good to hear from him again for sure. Safe, hope you have a good holiday. And who else was in there?
Sumu.
Sumu, yes, all right. Happy trail, Sumu. We'll catch up with you soon, mate. Dave and Neil, thank you very much again for another good show. And all the listeners, thanks for stopping by and giving us a listen, and we will catch up with you next week.
All right.
That's really great. Thanks, guys.
See you soon. Later.
Bye.
Bye.